Dr. Thomas Brewer here, PhD chemist, with another How Healthy Are You video. Today I'm going to talk about the difference between probiotics and prebiotics. And I get this question a lot from clients when I'm analyzing their blood and talking about the existence of parasitic bacteria in their blood. So typically people will have parasites in their blood because they have something called a mild case of leaky gut. So that means the parasitic bacteria are leaking from the gastrointestinal system into the bloodstream. Now, the way to solve that issue is to consume the good probiotic bacteria. Probiotic bacteria like oxygen, so they are aerobic bacteria. They're the good guys. They're the good bacteria in our systems. Common types are Acidophilus, L. salivarius, Bulgarius. So these are common probiotic bacteria. They normally end in the letters IUS. They're good, healthy bacteria. We want them in our gastrointestinal system. But they also need to be balanced by what we're going to call bad bacteria. So these are parasitic bacteria. They're anaerobic. They don't utilize oxygen. Now, when there's a nice balance in our gastrointestinal system between the probiotic bacteria and the parasitic bacteria, we're usually in a healthy state in our gastrointestinal system. If it gets out of balance, it's typically a problem with the parasitic bacteria. So what you want to do is consume foods that feed your probiotic bacteria. These foods are called prebiotics. So a prebiotic is a food source for probiotic bacteria. It is not a bacteria, it's a food source. Typical foods that have prebiotics are fruits and vegetables. Another reason that we need to eat fruits and vegetables, not just for antioxidants, phytochemicals, water content, fiber, soluble fiber, also because these foods tend to be prebiotics. They feed our probiotic bacteria. A good example would be mushrooms as a great food source that feeds our probiotic bacteria. Well, what if we're still deficient in probiotic bacteria? This happens after the consumption of antibiotics. So antibiotics will kill both bad bacteria and good bacteria, meaning parasitic bacteria that would be causing some sort of problem in your body, but they're also going to kill some of your probiotic bacteria. So the solution would be after you take an antibiotic cycle, and if you need an antibiotic cycle, by all means do it, but afterwards take a probiotic cycle. So you're consuming probiotics. You can get probiotics from foods, but usually the probiotic content in probiotic-rich foods are not high enough to actually solve a problem. They're good for a maintenance. Probiotic-rich foods are going to be your fermented foods, such as yogurt, not a good probiotic source, but there's probiotics added. Kimchi, which is a Korean fermented cabbage, and sauerkraut, which is typically a German or Germanic food. But still, the probiotic content is not that great to solve a problem. I recommend supplementing with a high-quality probiotic blend. Usually when you buy probiotics, there's a little bit of a system out there where the manufacturers are telling us how many billions of bacteria are in their product. You have to remember that a few years ago, these same manufacturers said they had 1 million probiotic bacteria. And then a few months later, they miraculously had 10 million. That's because their competitors had 10 million. And then that number went to 100 million, and someone got so brave to say they had 1 billion. Well, that wasn't good enough. A competitor had to say they had 10 billion. And then we're up to hundreds of billions. Yet the capsule size is the same and the manufacturing system is the same. What they're reporting is the amount of probiotic bacteria before processing. After processing, that number goes way down back to the old numbers in the millions. You also have to consider how much probiotic bacteria make it through your stomach acid and then reside or make the trip to your gastrointestinal system, your small intestine, your large intestine, your colon. So there's a lot of trickery in the probiotic sales game. Basically, you'll want to buy a product based on the content of the various strains versus the count. The count is almost meaningless. Everyone has high counts. What matters is the type of bacteria in the product. The other thing is to look for a product that comes with a prebiotic. The prebiotic that's used in probiotic bacteria sources is called FOS. It means fructooligosaccharides. It's a type of carbohydrate or sugar that feeds the probiotic bacteria. If the probiotic you're buying makes the trip from your stomach into your intestines and with it comes some prebiotic in the form of FOS, you're usually getting a good probiotic product. Most of the good probiotics do not need to be refrigerated anymore. That's very old technology. So don't be tricked by thinking you're buying something with perhaps up to 1 trillion probiotics and this product needs to be refrigerated. A lot of that is a scam, and it's a shame, but that happens in the nutraceutical industry as well as any industry. So buy your probiotics, if you need probiotics, based on the types of bacteria that are in the product and the fact that it has something like FOS as a prebiotic so the probiotics can keep multiplying. The key is the multiplication of the probiotic bacteria in your gastrointestinal system. It's not about consuming huge quantities, but keeping them alive is far more important. Let me know if you enjoyed this presentation and please suggest future topics. Thanks for watching.